I can say that I'm actually a rebel even when I was young. Like, as in, I don't really follow the rules at school, and then so the teacher kind of feel like, I mean, they hated me. The teachers hated me because in spite of me being a naughty kid at school, I still do well. I still do well, So that's why they were like, "What the fuck is this?" Like,
That's
yeah.
that's like the opposite, and we're similar, but that's the opposite. I was not that bright in school, or I didn't pay attention. I had a learning disorder, I think. That's what I blame it on. But it was not bright, and I was not a troublemaker. I was like a mouse.
Hmm?
You only hear me when I'm eating.
Oh,
What kind of trouble?
Oh, so there's this one trouble that happened. It's like I remember that my mom that time it was quite peculiar where my mom and dad have a discussion about like a murder case that happened that time. Yeah, and it was quite vivid. And then I just listened, and the next day I just talked to my classmate lah and say, hey, want to hear something? A murder happened, and then I just tell, and I can tell with details, with solid details. And then the kid just looked at me like wide eye, like just listening.
Yeah,
And
the
then
shit their pants for 3 days.
yeah, and then
At that age, well, how old were you?
and I'm only 7 that time.
7. Oh my God, I
Yeah,
was scared of everything.
yeah.
We're still
But
at
I'm
this.
not afraid. I don't know why. Yeah.
Monsters are
So
still under my bed. I'm not.
yes. So after that, the next day, apparently this kid actually have a nightmare when she reached home, and then crying, cannot sleep or whatever. And the next day, the mom actually come to the school, yeah, and say, one of your student tell my daughter a story about the recent murder in the news, yeah, and of course, it's easy. It's only me, yeah. So the teacher called my parents up, and then my mom came, and of course she get an earful from the teacher. Yeah.
Not a similar thing, but it wasn't verbal because I didn't talk. When
Mm.
I was younger, I think it was 11, I was writing stories and I figured out a way to get attention because, I'm a storyteller too. So I wrote sex stories
Ooh.
at 11, writing about a guy who's doing his girlfriend. This was before I learned the real truth about life. That reaction just touched my soul that I can have that effect on people's penises.
Oh, wow.
So tell me about your family. You get along with everybody there?
Unfortunately, no. Yeah, I've not been in touch with my family for about 6 years. Yeah, I actually run away from home at 26 years old, which is kind of like instead of a runaway kid, I'm a kind of like a runaway adult. Yeah.
Run away, adult.
So, yes, that is classic.
How do you communicate to them?
uh, I don't send it directly to them. Yeah. So what I did was, I mean, I have a neighbor. So my neighbor is the one who is our mediator. He just forward. He literally is our forwarding agent. Like he forwards the message to me, but he doesn't understand what is inside, so he won't be able to be busybody about it lah. Because in Asian, this one is very common. Like they want to say, oh, what happening? Oh, very interesting. Gossip. Oh, like but because my mom write in Mandarin, and then if let's say I do need to write back, I will write back in Mandarin as well. So he doesn't understand Mandarin, so he won't be able to latch on to the gossip. Yeah.
Do, does she not text? I think handwriting is a little better if you want to keep the distance.
Yeah, actually it does.
On that note,
what is a zaddy?
A zaddy is a very hot, sexy older man.
What's the Z stand for?
It's like daddy, but with a Z. Oh. Defined as an attractive man who is also stylish, charming, and self-confident.
Are you a zaddy?
I don't think so.
Happy zaddies day over there to you.
Are you saying we qualify as zaddies?
Let's talk about Jeff Bezos to wrap this up. He has accomplished a lot in his life, and now he's adding another title to his extensive list of achievements. A zaddy.
The zaddy himself, Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Is Putin a zaddy?
100% not.
I would say my husband's a zaddy.
You watching, boo? Are you watching?
That's what you said about Gary down the hallway, too.
Yeah, my husband is a zaddy. His boo.
My pet name, I call him Honey back then. Yeah, Honey, yeah.
Honey bun.
Yeah, Honey, Honey Boo Boo, Pulp Fiction. Yeah, Honey Boo Boo. Yeah.
Hey, Zaddy. That's the male MILF.
Correct.
And my pet name for my significant other is me.
Yay.
Preach. My husband would have been a zaddy because he was 6'2" and 185.
Wow.
Damn.
He was a good guy, but we called him the benevolent dictator.
Wow.
Which he fought hard to earn that title.
I would call like babe or what's up burger. So what's up buns, So something like that. Because I love food. So I'm gonna relate with food. That's it. That's my whole thing. So bae is common. Bae, not boo. That I'll end up scaring the person. So
I call you breadstick.
When I was in a relationship, I think it was cakes.
Cupcakes, hot cakes.
Like birthday cake, cakes.
Cakes.
Hey, cakes. You get some cakes tonight?
I'm gonna feel hungry. Fuck.
Breakdown of the 16 Myers-Briggs MBTI personality types. I'll go over each personality type, explain their strengths and weaknesses. There are 2 different options for each of the 4 letters within the personality types. The first letter is based on how we interact with our surroundings. It is split between E for extroverted and I for introverted. When we are dealing with the world outside of ourselves, we are being extroverted. Do we define our life direction externally or internally? Which preference gives us more energy, and which world do we find draining? The second letter is based on how we see the world and process information. It is split up between N for intuition and S for sensing or observant. The third letter is based on how we make decisions and cope with emotions. It is split up between F for feeling and T for thinking. Feelers will typically rely on their values, more on their feelings of what is right and wrong, to guide them, whereas thinkers tend to analyze their actions and repercussions and use logic and reason to determine a plan. In difficult decisions is when our dominant preference will take over and help determine the outcome of our choices. The fourth letter is based on how we approach work, planning, and decision making. It is split up between J for judging and P for perceiving or prospecting. Each of the 16 personality types are placed into one of 4 roles. Each of all of the types within a role will have 2 overlapping preferences or traits.
Actually, INFP, yes. So which means that I'm introverted, intuitive, and then feeling and perceive. Yeah, so it's like if let's say you were to compare me with a sitcom character, I'm actually Phoebe's husband from Friends, Phoebe's husband, Mike Hannigan. Yeah.
First, I'm thinking I have to take another test to find out who I am. I'm still trying to find out who I am. I am an INFJ, introverted, intuitive, feeling, judging. Oh, very judging. I'm judging everybody.
I also, like you, INFP when I did the test. But these are just basic guidelines to people who really want to know themselves. Otherwise, like Henry said, they are not really used. Well, the best thing is, Buddha said this correctly, like your mind is everything. What you think, you become. So it's like, like if you pick, there's so many INFP and you pick one of them, you get the character and you do an affirmation on that character and you become that character after 2 years. That's how it works, because your subconscious mind is unable to tell what is real, what is not real. It just does its work. It creates your reality.
Very clingy. So I'm going to be attracted to someone who's going to be filling all the blanks.
Yeah. According to Google, the most compatible type for INFPs are actually INFJ.
Oh.
So technically, me and Henry are also like best match as well.
Yes, I'm an INFJ, I think.
Yeah. So I'm like, hey, INFJ as well. Interesting. Yeah.
So Juliana and I are getting married.
Thanks.
That's a birthday gift.
Marriage would be on Zoom.
Yeah, now I have an adopted son, right? The puppy. My stepson, yes. And then he will also have a stepson.
I've taken the test, and I must say that I'm 50% similar to Juliana. Yes, the first half I am definitely INN, but the second half is very different. Whilst Juliana's INFP, I'm basically INDIAN, Indian.
Oh.
That's the result.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I'm just messing with you here. I'm more of an ambivert. Like I can be social, extroverted when required, like at workplace or in open mics or with friends, and talk and chat, listen. But then I need my me time, you can say, which could be late in the night or a certain part of the day. I just need to, be with myself, with my own thoughts, just introspect, or just simply chill with music, watch something online, just not be disturbed at all. And usually if I have my earphones on, with the exception of this podcast, I'm in my room lying down like this with my earphones and computer. That means that's my me time. And I'm like,
yes.
Please don't talk to me. Unless it's urgent.
You need to decompress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took the test when I got a certificate in being a manager. So we had a whole section in one of our classes on the Myers-Briggs. And I've consistently tested as ENFJ. So I'm extroverted, intuitive, feeling, and judgy. But one of my classmates, she took it a bunch of times, and it depends on what time of day she took it. Was she on the rag? Had she eaten yet? Like, she got all different responses. So the whole thing is kind of, not scientifically accurate at all. And I'd seen a documentary on it that I completely forgot about. So I looked it back up today, and it was created by a mother and daughter, like no psychological training or anything like that, like in their living room, just talking to family members. And they put it out on the market, according to Wikipedia, in the belief that a knowledge of personality preferences would help women entering the industrial workforce for the first time to identify the sort of wartime jobs that would be most comfortable and effective for them. So it's sexist.
Something new comes up. There's this push, mostly in print, to use the word Latin and then put an X after it. Mm-hmm. And there's this whole older Latino people, what's that X about? What is that, Malcolm X? What does it mean? Now there's new words I have to say out loud. So I wonder, what's the purpose of it? I can see for work though.
In California, it's a heavily Latinx population. X means everybody. and all the Hispanics and Chicanos, they go, what? Yeah. So, ¿qué pasó? It's like, it doesn't matter. Oh, but it is sexist. And that's why I'm whatever is needed for the gig. Whoops. Because that's what women do. I don't care. Hubba, you better do it.
As Juliana said, I will cheat my ass off on that test. What do you want? Oh, you're looking for extrovert? Oh, I just generally turned to extrovert.
But now I must reflect on my personal thoughts.
I don't know. There's this.
And I'm judging you.
Yeah, it's really awesome. Huh? Yeah. So it can be manipulated essentially, personality tests sometimes, especially like when you want it to drive to a certain outcome. You can also okay, I think this is what my employer looking for. Yeah. And also there's a lot of other personality tests. There's also Enneagram, and there's also another one very interesting, which is used by Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah. So Dungeons and Dragons, they also have this personality test where they have this chaotic good, neutral evil. There's the one, and I kind of think that why I'm able to lie through my job interview in a way is because I'm a chaotic neutral where I do whatever to get what I want. Yeah, in a way. Yeah.
That sounds like the perfect. I was thinking of a player, like someone who is dating multiple people. Fuck boy, I don't know what it
Fuckboy, yes, I know that word.
But yeah, they're just telling you what do you want to know about me? I'll tell. What is your way to get inside your head?
Your head.
Yeah. So it's pretty interesting. It's like I'm like chaotic neutral. I actually read it and they say that, oh, it's a person who kind of like freedom is above good and evil. So it's quite interesting whereby there's no such thing as like, because chaotic good is like, okay, there's quite a lot of a spectrum lah, but if you are good means that you consistently just work towards good. That means anything you do is always towards good. And then evil is you just seek to destroy. Yeah, I'm evil, you just want to destroy. And then the neutral are the ones that are like, okay, I will see what the situation is and I'll decide by and by, that kind of stuff. Yeah, how much it will affect me or how much it will, yeah, those kind of things.
It's like, I will help you or I will rob you.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Cosmopolitan's test you used to be able to take? It was like how to screw your boss or the right outfit to wear for a promotion, how to get ahead.
In fact, I actually found out about my gender identity also through a magazine. It's quite silly. It's quite whimsical, I would say.
But what was the test on the magazine?
Okay, it was like, I think Serene will know. It's called the Kuntum magazine. Yeah. So Kuntum is actually like a magazine for kids, basically. Like the Weekly Women for kids. So I remember that time I was like, because there's no term when I was growing up. There's no term apart from people just saying I'm a tomboy and all. I'm like, I'm not. I don't think I am. I think I'm closer to being a femboy. Yeah. So, but I don't know. So I saw this quiz. They say, what type of girl are you? Hey, and they ask you to fill up just answer a few questions, and you tally up the score and you get the outcome, like what type of girl you are. And turns out that I got like a boyish girl. And after that, I was like, I'm not satisfied with the quiz. So let's do the boys one as well. And when I did the boys one, they say, you are a feminine boy. I'm like, okay, so that's who I am lah. Yeah.
I wonder about that because I think I can be a little bit of both. If you put me
it's just
with a bunch of femboys, I'll probably be like, hey, hi, girl.
Yeah.
You put me with a bunch of like straight male or toxic masculinity, I'll be like, yeah. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm adaptable, whatever. That's my quiz. Ambivert. I'm ambivert adaptable.
Yeah.
I like the Dungeons and Dragons thing. That's
quite cool. I mean, you should just you can type like Dungeon and Dragon quiz, some personality quiz.
I used to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, they always have all these role-playing characters, and apparently they say the chaotic neutral character is the most fun to play. Yeah, because you don't know which side they are on.
I could turn on you in a dime. Yes.
Yeah, compared to the rest who are pretty fixed and you can predict what they are doing. It's only the chaotic neutral that people be like, I don't know what they will do next, which is fun to watch. Yeah.
The best villains in any movie is the one that they're a little bit good, they're a little bit bad.
Yeah. It's like Deadpool, yeah.
Deadpool, yes.
Do not let this thing decide your future.
Yes.
You decide your future.
Take it with a pinch of salt.
You become of who you want to be, like for example, attracting partner. There's another personality type you call alpha, beta, sigma, gamma. Those guys. Yeah, that's also another personality type. Which one are you? So if you find out, okay, I'm beta, but girls don't like beta boys. Not so much, not attracted to beta boys, but they are the one who's the most royal one. That's why they are the one getting friend zoned all the time. These are beta boys.
Yes.
Yeah, and then alpha one are the players. They are the one getting a lot of attraction and all that stuff. So you can change your like the beta boys can learn to become to project the alpha energy to attract a girl, and then they get into.
Oh, you mean fuck boy? Oh,
no, fuckboy is alpha.
That is.
Fuckboy is alpha.
And so now we have because now I'm binary. Depends on which day you catch me. Shit, come on, be everything, be everybody, be what you need.
INJP, INFP, ABCD, EFG. These are all alphabets at the end of the day. So just know who you are and be comfortable with who you are, and try to be a better person if you can. through introspection and interaction with other people.
The ladies pulled the concept out of one of Carl Jung's books. And while I don't subscribe to the test they came up with, I do subscribe to the, the underground or the shared unconscious. That's like we have our personal unconscious, and then there's the shared unconscious. And we all, and the archetypes, like we all fit in some role, and that role changes. And we can, like Serene said, we can make the executive decision to change it ourselves. Yes. And I'm really happy they've done a lot of research in neuroplasticity, which just shows just because you were born on a Tuesday and the planets were in this alignment, this is the way you're going to be for the rest of your life. It doesn't work like that. Like we do have, if you bother to put in the time and effort, and say positive affirmations, and work to being a better person, then you can totally achieve that. But it takes like effort, and a lot of people aren't about that.
I think every 2 years I'm a different person. Last year I was Madonna. Next year I'll be Oprah. Next year I'm just a series of celebrities.
That's
that are in my head.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm adapting. I like that you're walking.
Because the dog has to go
my
for his
moving
walk.
speech. No.
My dog has to go for a walk in a while. Yeah.
Judging. I think judging will always stay with me.
Right.
Be the one.
Yes, my dog saying hello to Henry's dog.
Yeah. Hey, well, now we're
Tongue action.
Yeah.
Now it's a dog off.
If they,
Okay.
The dog
ladies
is
and gentlemen.
very
dog.
busy looking at
Yeah.
whatever.
That's the most
Ladies
lazy
and gentlemen,
dog.
please welcome to the stage the Black Dog and
Yeah.
Henry's dog.
Yeah.
That's also a drink. That's also a drink.
The black dog.
With the holidays just around the corner, from Thanksgiving and Hanukkah to Christmas and Kwanzaa, we're coming up on a time of year where family is top of mind for folks across the country. For every blood relative you have as many chosen family members as you'd like. The idea of chosen family is a pillar of the LGBTQ community. The irony is that for many queer folks, chosen family doesn't start out as a choice. When many of us come out to our biological families, we face rejection, confusion, or at the very least, a period of potential awkwardness. The great part of chosen family is that you get to decide who is part of it. You get to choose your siblings, your parents, and your children. And you can have as many family members as you'd like. I, for one, have 7 sisters, 3 moms, 2 grandmothers, and counting. Are you a trans girl who can't find shoes in her size? Your chosen family can help. Or are you a lesbian who wants to know what it was like to be a lesbian in the 1970s? Your chosen family can probably help there too. And so, as the holiday season approaches, don't forget to hold your chosen family close.
Over the years, my chosen family have changed over time. That means when I'm in different settings in school, because at home, I'm not really, I always felt like somewhat I'm the outsider, like from my own family as well. So when that happens, somehow I turn to people in school, like my classmates. They are my chosen family that time. Their mother, their father, they are kind of like my chosen family. But after that, when I moved out, like left school and all, and then I start working, then again, the chosen family changed, like again, because you have okay, for me, I do experience outgrow of friendship, whereby somehow we grew apart. I mean, we are still friends. If let's say we were to sit down, we can definitely like chat, but then it's just that we no longer contact each other because we just move on. Yeah. And after that, go to uni and then go to work and then different company, different chosen family. Then finally, my current chosen family is the comedians.
I do that a lot too, especially with people that I got close for a little bit. Okay, we had our minute.
Yeah.
You still want to be close to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, what I think of this idea of choosing, first when I first heard about it, like the chosen family, I like the word chosen. I always thought, because my mother dawdled over her only child, that I had a big head, that I felt like I was Harry Potter, the chosen one, or the one on the Matrix, that the chosen one. So I like that, where I like to be the arbiter of are me and you going to be chosen? Will I choose you to be my family? You can be my daddy.
Wow.
Henry, did you have a house mother? You didn't have a mother, huh? Because you know that world is very real, and it's a mutual choice. See, a long time ago, before there was, back when there was only the LGB and then the T, it's like people were in danger, even if you were friends in the community. You didn't have to be, name it. And so a lot of people were kicked out. I mean, they were beaten. I mean, it's like, ugh. And so if you had a house mother, if you had a place to be and somebody to protect you, that's where everybody was. And it was more than just gay people. It was everybody. If you were a kid that was thrown away, you didn't have to have a sexual anything. You just come on in here. Girl, you better get in here so I can feed you. You lay on that couch. You just lay on that couch. And it's like, it was a world where you were protected. And it is a mutual choice. And it's like, it could be chicken shit. It could be all encompassing, because it's like, they don't like your shoes. It's like, oh no, no child of mine is gonna be looking like that. What is wrong with you? They can kick you out. They can beat you up, but it's like, it's mutual. If you're giving, they will give. If you're taking, you'll be gone.
So I didn't have a house mother, but I took on some of her traits, where the mothering part, I do have that trait where I will embrace someone who is, I feel, needs just that little push or needs that little help. So I think that I want to be.
You're the mother.
I'm the substitute.
You're the house mother.
I'm the house mother, yes.
When it comes to Indians, best believe we have a lot of family. We have trees more longer than more longer than our careers. You know, we have, so there is no shortage of relatives or which uncle's son I might be related to. And I think it's nice because it's like customizing your own Sim City. You know, you have your own, you can create your own Sim City with different people you want, which is beautiful. And I right now, my family, I cannot complain because I have the best of my dad when it comes to brains, which I'm not, and the best of my mom when it comes to being an extrovert, which I am. So I think I'm a rare combination. And when it comes to, I would say, I'm very selective when it comes to opening up with family. So then you'll be like, hey, you have an external family? No, I think I'll have a bit of both. Like Juliana, when she said the comedy family. That's where it all boils down to the conversations on what type of family you want to talk to. And that's when you segregate the family you want to be around with. So when it comes to fun and opening up and real, not happening with mom in therapy. I'm not spending $4,000 again. So this is the best thing. But when it comes to support, I just feel that your blood is the ultimate support when it comes to your growth. Whatever might be the thing, but deep down, the blood is the only thing which is going to hit you hard, even if you have an external family, which are equally important. But that's the first thing that's going to pop in your head. So my take on this is have a balanced love of both of these worlds.
Can I be your daddy?
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Or Zaddy.
Zaddy, yes.
Oh, too fucking soon. Come on.
Zaddy.
Like you hear all the time in popular culture, oh, blood is thicker than water. That's not the full phrase. The full phrase is the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. And I can't remember the exact origin. I want to say it's like if you're in battle with somebody or like you become blood brothers or something, then that's stronger than the familial bonds. But I like how just like hardcore heavy metal it sounds like. But it is like we don't get to choose what families we're born into. That's just the luck of the draw. And if you have the misfortune of coming into one where you know, if they're not supportive or there's abuse or any of those things, heck yeah, no, vamoose, go and find your tribe. And we do, and like we fit, you know, I've fit in different tribes throughout my existence, but it's generally the same flavor of people, you know. Like I like to stick with the winners in the sense of the people who, when they say that they are there for you and they support you, they physically, like literally are there, you know, supporting you, whether what, or if you're acting a fool, they will call you out, which is a strong indicator of friendship.
That's if I could say, that's what you want, somebody to kick you in your butt once in a while. What was that phrase again? Thicker than blood?
The blood of the covenant
Covenant
is thicker than the water of the womb.
Yes, so good.
That is great. That's like Harry Potter shit.
Yes.
Very deep.
I think it's German originally.
So good.
I would have to look it up again.
It's like when you grow up in a family that's not exactly the healthiest for you.
Yeah.
People can divorce, but then you have a friend from third grade, you're trying to do everything to make that work, and it's like you can leave these people. You know, if you can divorce the father of your children or the mother of your children, you can leave that fucking fifth grade asshole friend who was married, and people get in there trying to make it work. But that's like, I've known her forever. It's like, fuck it, move on, get somebody else.
True.
You have to do that. Divorce them. The kids are left with this messed up parent. Because the spouse can go, I'm out of here. And the kids are like,
what? Like I'm in contact with my sisters, but I haven't spoken to my parents in over a decade.
Oh shit.
That's because you're more like a parent. You took that over very well.
You can just say hello. You can just dial the number and just say hello.
I would speak up to my sister and say hello and then just hang up. Keep her wondering, what was that?
My chosen family would ideally be like the Tanner family in Fuller House.
Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm serious. Like, who wouldn't want such a family? Like, yeah, that's the line. And but I want to just say, like, who wouldn't want a family where you accidentally drive a car through the wall of the house and still be kept as a family member even after all the damage? Like, that's such a great family. Like, you get into trouble, you face problems, and then there is Danny Tanner who solves it for you with a 2-minute talk. That's the kind of family that I would like to have. But actually, before Tanner family, I was going to say my chosen family would be the Simpsons. But
I do it.
But then I changed my mind, because if I get into trouble or face a problem, high chances are Homer Simpson will strangle me like he does Bart Simpson, and I'll die.
Simpsons, I always thought I was Lisa.
Oh, yeah.
You're Lisa, so you're the nerdy one?
Yes.
Are you environmentalist?
Yes.
Play the saxophone?
No, but I want to.
Vegetarian?
If you're Lisa, then I guess N Shady is like Bart.
Bart Simpson. Eat my thoughts.
I don't want to have this. Great. That is great.
I dislike this idea of choosing my own family. It's just because it's involve the ego, you know, like you're choosing part of certain group to be on yourself. So what the group that not in your part of the thing are not your family. This is like I don't see, we are all families. We are only one race. Homo sapiens, we are human ourselves, you know, like we see ourselves as human first, then we look at ourselves in different ways, you know, like I don't see, you know, why certain colors or certain skin are not getting any privilege, because they have religion, they have certain rights over earth, you know, that's how the ego has done, you know, this is the result of the ego, you know, that's why there's one law in the universe, is called the divine oneness, you know, everything in the universe are one. We all connect to it. So like seriously, I don't like this idea of choosing my own family. And I would say, you know, I grew up from the orphanage home. You know, my mom passed away when I was 9 years old. You know, so I never get to really choose my family. My family have left me, you know, not willingly. Okay, you know, so don't be sad. You know, like my father died. He died on an accident. A tree fell on him. You know, but look at me. I turned out really fine. You know. Well, if my father is still alive, see me dressing up like that, he will bring his tree back and smack the shit out of me, you know. So it's okay. I'm not crying over it. But yeah, I have a mother. Like she took care of me when I'm in orphanage home. So now she became like automatically become my mother's mother. Like she is the one who tells me, hey, like before you get into a relationship, master your own fear of loneliness, master your, knowing yourself, you're complete without a relationship first, then you go inside. And then the last one, when I have question, I go back. I say, hey, you know what? I still attracted to girls and all the stuff and sex and all the stuff. Yeah, that one you have to master. The last one, yeah. Master your own temptation.
There are certain people that you want around, types that you want around. You want someone who has your back, that ride or die. You want someone who you can talk to when you don't have therapy. Therapy every other Wednesday.
Yeah, same as me.
I'm on Fridays.
We're having therapy on Wednesday, like cancer. And then every 2 weeks, that's the best part. Like,
I think if I'm going to replace that archetype, let's say I have the one that has my back and I have to get somebody new, it's going to be like dating. It'll be like, what do you have to offer? How much do you have my back? We're going to have to at least go on 2 dates, not romantically, just to figure out.
You need to find people, as Henry would say, your type of people, people who are also not just your type, but also like perhaps empathetic, understanding, and you can be also the same for them as well in return. Like it's not just take, but mutual and giving as well. And that way you form your own family, be it with 1 person, 2 or 3, and you have that support and stability in your life.
Chosen family is actually my cat and my dog. Yes, yeah. Because the thing is, every time, growing up in a fragmented family, it's very hard to grapple the concept of unconditional love. Sometimes you just don't believe in that, unconditional love. Right. So you tend to like, oh no, I think somebody wants something from me, that kind of stuff. We have a bit of skepticism and all. But the thing is, my dog and cat, it's like when I open the door, it's like both of them will just come in and just like come and lick me, like I say, oh yeah, this is unconditional love. They just...
If I'm gonna choose my own family, I would choose Master Yoda. Because that's the.
I'll choose Baby Yoda.
Master Yoda, yeah. Because if I'm gonna ask him, Master Yoda, can you tell me, where do I find the balls to remove my own balls?
Oh wow!
like he would just say, search your feelings, find it, you will.